ignite, and the layers of the hot coals shall be exposed, says the Lord of hosts. And says the Spirit of the Lord this day, there is a Hindu god of the elephant involved, embedded within the Republican Party. This I was shocked at. That has been luring many away from the path I, the Lord, have set forth. And says the Lord of hosts, one who is screaming loud in the Republican Party shall be found to be indeed entwined with some of the largest drug companies who are embroiled in scandal, who have willfully mixed a cauldron that truly is an arrow right to the heart. And says the Spirit, woe unto those who accuse and judge the very wickedness in companies who have lined their pockets with the gold that has come from a golden needle of deception. Woe unto them who have taken part in a performance of grand proportion, all to cloak their deepest involvements that leads all the way to manufacturing plants that circle back even to doctors who have publicly opposed while willfully engaging with the enemy to enforce their seat and securities. Woe unto them, says the Spirit, for their seats shall break, and their positions shall fall off, as ash and soot cover the seats of deception, including Senate, Congress, Parliament, a threaded needle to the UN. And says the Lord of hosts, the mouth of the one in a White House shall get tongue-tied and twisted, as the Spirit of truth descends upon their stump, and they shall reveal the secrets and keys to a plan gone rogue. More lone wolves, says the Lord, and they shall connect back. As the donkey so spoke truth to Balaam, so the donkeys shall be kicking themselves as they lose control of their mouths at my word, that's capitalized. And they shall make slips of the century, slips of the tongue that shall change some of the narrative, says the Lord of hosts. Truth serum shall be slipped as those who serve the Constitution in this nation have become more and more eager, that's capitalized, to execute operations under the cuff, says the Lord of hosts. Some of this is in parables. And says the Spirit of the Lord this day, I am turning the pyramid on its head as it is shaken. The executives and engines and masterminds that have steered this agency shall cause a topsy-turvy to occur, as I, the Lord your God, deal with the sorcerers and potion makers and creation haters of the three-letter departments. And says the Spirit of the Lord this day, a major splinter shall be a piece of evidence that has happened to be planted in the palm of the hand, from a branch that is dry and brittle and breaking and dying. This splintering shall begin in early 2022, says the Lord of hosts. And says the Spirit of the Lord this day, my, that's capitalized, people, my people, meaning the Lord's people, who are called by my name, that's capitalized, shall flood capitals and streets and rejected areas of this nation, and shall humble themselves and pray, and the arrows of the devourer shall lose their power as strongholds over cities come down. A major wall in Washington, D.C. shall come down, says the Lord of hosts, and it shall be shock, as those who are tied by a sequence of codes and patents and red tape and blue tape and gavels shall all have the stain of guilt amongst their whole chain of command. And says, but YS is capitalized for some reason, and says the Spirit, and says the Spirit of the Lord this day, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. Behold, I will strengthen you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. That's capitalized, says the Lord of hosts. Uphold, that's capitalized. Those the enemy has attempted to smear and taint and do as Satan did before the throne, looking to accuse Joshua in Zechariah. So I, the Lord your God, shall and will rebuke them, and I shall remove their stained clothes and their torn and tattered garments, that those with loose tongues and immature spirits have attempted to wrap around them to mummify a past that has been washed and cleansed. And says the Spirit of the Lord this day, there are very large logs in the eyes of many, and it is causing double and blurred vision, where the speck of dust in their neighbor's eye looks greater than it truly is. Hypocrite, First, take the log out of your own eye so you can remove the speck from your neighbor's eye. And says the Spirit of the Lord this day, those who have been cleansed from a past not of me, the enemy in this hour, his tactic is to dig and dig and dig up the past and entice and lure those to dig for him and to smear it and bring back up what I, the Lord, have forgiven. Shall you play God, judge and jury, says the Lord of hosts? Do you see the heart? Do you see the depth and the breadth of one's motives and what they think? The true modus operandi shall be exposed. And in early 2022, who you thought was good and fighting against the system for the sake of this nation, well, their true motives and their weak roots shall be exposed. For there are those attempting to take those and throw them under buses and throw them with sprinklings of a manipulated narrative to cause a crash and confusion in the very toxic court of public opinion. However, I, the Lord, shall expose the briefs and words pulled from the deep and the deflectors. A mirror effect shall expose the true identity of who is who, and some of it will be shocking, and some may feel very duped. However, my children, take a sobering lesson from such. Seek the Lord first and not man. That's capitalized. Pray and seek me above all, the Lord your God, for the answer to who is who. For who knows better than I, the one who sits on the throne, who truly is the Alpha and Omega, capitalized, amidst deltas and omnicrons and crowns and central fuses